Good morning. It is one of the prettiest days we've had in forever. The weather is quite bipolar, as usual. I remember way before global warming was a thing with the little people. We joked about bipolar weather. Bipolar was actually a newer term for having emotions that are extreme. So back then it was funny. So this isn't anything new and shocking, but it is fantastic. So it's a day I want to be outside in. No matter what I do, I want to be outside. Even my little patio area where I usually sit and meditate, I told you this, has been taken over with my car because of all the work that's being done on the barn out back, which I don't think I'll ever get to park in anyway. It's supposed to be a garage, but it's turned out to be my spouse's workshop barn, which is almost like having another wing built onto the house. It's not built onto the house, it's off the house. So in my head, I'm just thinking, it's kind of like having another wing built where he can hang out and he just comes in to go to bed. Win-win. I guess I should quit pouting about the garage issue. But I do need a covered area. I guess I just, when I want to sit under the underhang, I might need to build something where I can park the car. I don't know. Yeah. What do they call that? Not a pole barn. But make another covered space on the patio, because it's a fairly big patio. I should be able to think that through. I'm going to put that on my list. The reason it's kind of important is because it's regardless of the year of the car, it's an older car. But the older the car is, the more it's exposed or not. The plastic starts cracking, the leather starts cracking, the canvas starts cracking. It's a convertible, so I just replaced the top a couple years ago, and there's not a lot of places that'll work on an Audi. It's a 06 Audi. It's old. It was a deal, supposedly, when I bought it, but I'll tell you what. As much as a lot of people love that car, they don't want to buy it from me. Oh, well. Such a beautiful day out. How are you? I hope you're not watching this video during the daytime. I hope you are out there enjoying this gorgeous day. I do. I want to say thank you to Janice and 88. I forgot his name. Dang it. I'm so sorry. Flower and 88 for our fun live. I got disconnected. I want to apologize. I didn't know that when you're doing a live, if someone calls you, I just didn't think about it. So I got disconnected the first time, and then I had to go back on live to finish up some conversations, and 88 didn't show back up. So I'm so sorry, sweetheart, if you get to see this video. So this is where I say, how are you? How are y'all doing? Just wanted to know, wherever you're at on this planet, exciting things are happening. Weird conversations are happening. but not as weird and strange, and not the negative exciting that we all fear, that I fear. I'm just saying, wow, how interesting. This world is getting pretty freaking interesting. Where before it was just scary. I'm someone who, I want to know that I'm secure. That's my biggest thing. I just want to feel, not that my feelings are secure. I want to feel physically secure. I have a friend, we got in a discussion the other day about safety. How did that come up? And I love her very much, so I was able to stay fairly calm during the conversation, even though it was like my mind was blown. I said that during the riots and the crime spree that was going on for 4 years with no punishment or very little, and then comparatively weird sentences to other people. It was just like, my mind was blown. So I just, I had my friend come visit, and I just love her so much. But she was saying how, she's so brave, travels everywhere around the world. I don't know a lot of people who aren't billionaires who travel as much as she does and go to all these different places. And I just told her I just didn't feel safe to travel. And she was like, why wouldn't you feel safe? And I was trying to explain to her, going up to a gas station or going to the airport, having these different riots and protests and this and that, and being lily white, being old and fragile, older. And she's so brave and courageous that I couldn't understand how she couldn't understand what I was trying to say. And so finally I just said, you've never been physically hurt, have you? You've never been hurt. You've never been hurt? Nobody's ever injured you? And the answer was just like, no. I was like, wow. I sometimes forget how, because we're so similar, it's a lovely harmony in so many ways, that I forgot that she doesn't have the same foundation that I did. And that's probably why she is so brave and does all these other things that her personality wants. When I was young and reckless, I did all of that. When I was rebellious. But now that I've calmed down, I'm just like, that was dangerous. I got myself in trouble. And it's not like, oh, don't give up, April. Keep trying. It's like, honey, I'm wore out. I'm wore out. And I don't think it's cool anymore. I don't think it's funny anymore. I don't think it's awesome anymore. I love being home. When I was young, I didn't have a home. When I was young, I didn't appreciate home. When I was young, home was boring. Boring. Right? And now it's like a place where I exhale. And I think it's important for people to understand that sometimes they change and sometimes they remain the same. She's one of those cool people that's been probably the most consistent person I've ever met. It's pretty cool. She is a role model for me. But I also got an eye-opener about about what a fuddy-duddy I am. But it also made me realize that one of the things that I wanted to share with you is that it's good to explore where your changes are. It's good to explore where you've remained the same. Kind of look at all that, sort of like like if you owned a grocery store, doing an inventory, and ask yourself, this is what I've been doing, sort of warming up to it, and then today it's like poof, light bulb, is where are the places that I'm grateful for my changes, wondering, gosh, get some curiosity about my changes, encourage myself to change in certain areas, pat myself on the back for remaining the same in certain areas. It's interesting. It's interesting, is all I'm saying. Put a little castor oil. I'm telling you what, my skin is aging quickly. That's all I know. I'm just going to pat a little bit in some areas. So, anyway, how have you changed? At all? Did you used to be excited about adventure? Or were you a fuddy-duddy, and now that you're retired, you're excited about life and what it has to offer? And you're out there exploring. Frankie's not in here on the bed as usual because he's been out rolling in the mud, and I have changed my bed so many times. I was starting to lose my temper with him. You might have seen some of that on the live if you go back and watch that. I was just, I was just having it. Like, this has got to stop. So, once in a while, you just gotta know your limits. I'm gonna get in the shower with him later today. I'm gonna see if I can't get a chance to, I've got laundry. I washed all my laundry yesterday, except for another set of bed sheets, bedding, and so I need to unload the dishwasher, fold about 3 more baskets of laundry. We got it all washed yesterday and one load put away. You know, I was thinking getting out and enjoying this weather is the first thing I want to do, because I don't think this weather's going to stick this way. I think the news this morning was the groundhog saw its shadow, or I don't know what it was. So we're going to have more winter. And I'm saying, I think it's so funny. I'm going to have to Google one of these days how this whole thing started, because it's February 2nd. Why wouldn't we have 6 more weeks of weather? I don't understand at all. Okay, I'm going to let my foundation kind of dry up. Oh, here's my glasses. Hello. Yeah, I just put on this hydrating mineral sunscreen. I love this stuff, but did you see the price of this lately? Holy moly. I don't know. I'm a tightwad. I don't care. I like tinted, moisturizing, hydrating, sheer tint. I like 30 or sunscreen. It seems like if I've had a higher one, but it stung my eyes. This does not. So I don't know. Am I going to splurge? You know what? I'm going to write it down on I'm going to start a list of my favorite things. That's what I'm going to do. And then when my shopping therapy cravings start, I'm just going to order a list of my favorite things. Think of all the money I'm saving by not falling into just buying, multiples of other things or experimenting with other things that I usually don't like. 30. There we go. I think maybe that's what I'll do. Okay. Reading time. Where's my marker? February 2nd. Addicts often lack discipline. Continuous snacking, gambling, relationships, drinking, drugs, and overemphasis on them can interrupt daily life and make it difficult to maintain schedules. Setting a time for doing tasks you want to accomplish is beneficial. Repeating an activity at the same time every day helps to make the activity, exercise for example, habitual. Prioritize your daily activities. Meal planning for healthy eating should be near the top of your list. Other high priorities are exercise, your daily action plan, and your work and family. All other activities come later. Set time and priorities for the things you want to accomplish today. Now that you have a plan, you will follow it. That's really important. I like that because one of the things a lot of us, when we grew up basically by ourselves and rebellious, because then when we weren't by ourselves, we were with someone who was mean to us. We tend to think it's cool to do whatever we want, whenever we want, wherever we want, why we want. And it's not, it's not considerate sometimes, most of the time, of other people. When we're that self-motivated, self-serving, it's hard to not injure somebody else while we're doing our thing. That's just math. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just saying, well, kind of makes sense. Excuse me for a second. They've done some research. If you want to know why I'm always blowing my nose and why I don't take my allergy medicine consistently, is because they've done some research and found out that antihistamines can cause or instigate or add to dementia, Alzheimer's, things like that, brain activity. So I only take it now when I'm really suffering. There for a while, it's like I'll take it every day, but then I get off of it for a while, and then I'll suffer too much. Like sometimes, I think I told you this, sometimes when my allergies are at a certain level, my eyes will tear up a lot. And when I'm at work, that's just a bad idea. And then at home, sometimes it just gets on my nerves so bad that I think, well, all right. You know what? I would love to find a lip liner. If you know one, put it in the comments. I would love to find a lip liner that's like such a stain. Like if I could get a magic marker and it could be about the same color as my lips, I would use it to help with my, where is my, here it is. Penelope, where have you been? I just would love to have lip line. You know, that was one of the things, even as a young kid, when I first heard about tattoo makeup, I just thought, oh man, I would love to have my lips tattooed and my eyeliner, eyebrows tattooed. I would love that, but I'm a chicken. I don't like pain. It's not so much I'm chicken. No, I'm not chicken. I'm not chicken of hardly anything. I have just rationalized it as like, that sounds painful. Sorry. I choose not to do it. Just like I choose not to travel all the time. Not because I'm afraid of it. I'm just weighing out my options. That's it. One of the things that I do as far as like the reading goes, when it talks about planning out our day, some of the stuff that I do is like, when I first wake up, the first thing I do, because I have to go pee, is say, Dearest Heavenly Father, thank you for another day. Please bless me with your will and your light so I can bring others closer to you. I know it sounds memorized and sounds habitual, but as I'm saying it, and I have fallen for just doing it habitually, but once I get back on track, when I'm saying it, I'm actually seeing the words. Seeing them. Maybe not like seeing each letter of the words, but I'm watching this little video that goes along with it. I'm seeing light. I don't know. And it doesn't matter what God it is. It doesn't matter what religion it is. It doesn't even matter if it's an entity. It's an energy. It's an idea. It's a concept that even in my work as a counselor, I love a pat on the back. I'm not going to lie. I love it when a client says, wow, that's good one. Can you say that again? And usually it's like, wow, I have to be honest with you. When I'm in that mode, sometimes I don't hear myself. I mean, I don't know what's coming out of my mouth. It just comes out. So, I let them know it's not really me that has the ability to say some of that stuff. I mean, of course, it's me saying it, and I don't think I'm some kind of prophet or anything. I'm just saying, I try to teach my clients that with or without me, to continue looking for wisdom, continue looking for role models, continue looking for inspiration. And it doesn't matter if it's in a person, place, or thing, as long as they're See, this isn't a lip liner. This is basically a lipstick. And it's not the perfect color. It's more orange. Disappointing. But it was only like $1.50 from Dollar General, so. Yeah, if I could find a marker, a permanent marker, like, what are those called? I used to have one in here, but I must have, oh, here it is. If I could find a Sharpie in a color that I'm happy with, I would try it on my skin first somewhere. That would be so awesome. If you know of any, let me know, please. As old as I am, I can get away with experimenting and it'll wear off eventually. Okay, and where's my new eyebrow eyeliner? Eyebrow eyeliner. There's one in here that's blonde. Damn dog. I'll tell you what. I would love to get rid of that dog. You want a dog? I'd like to introduce you to my dog. It's kind of like being married to the mob. The dog's a killer. He's aggressive. He's a bully. But then he cuddles up with me and he's just the sweetest, most loving, mostly loyal little boy.
Got the gate on the door, honey.
Thank you.
Hudson's here.
Yay, thank you. And now my grandpup is here, Hudson, so they'll be nice and muddy before the day's over. And that's fine with me. I don't care. Because I'll get in the shower with Frankie later. So yeah, it's a dysfunctional relationship. That dog brings a lot of emotional support, but I can't take him anywhere. Married to the mob. That's what it feels like. This is like a very soft crayon. I don't know. So I have to learn how to use it. Huh. Very interesting. Oopsie. Color between the lines, Missy. Holy cow. Ooh, I just found a... Okay. So it's a little sloppy. Whatever. You can see I'm like so frustrated with Frankie that I came up with that earlier today. He was barking and carrying on about the neighbor's dogs. And so was Molly. But I expect it from Molly because she obviously has PTSD. She's like this Ma Barker gangster all the time. You're just walking along and all of a sudden Ma Barker just elbows you in the face. What was that for? You probably deserved it. You know what I mean? She's just like that. She just does this yells out for no reason. It's very shocking. I thought I saw a little hair there. I guess not. There's my dog out the window. Hold on. Aw. As soon as my grandpup comes over, I can see out the window. He hunts and hunts and hunts for the right place to poop. And he's so big, it's like a small cow. I'm so tired of having dysfunctional dogs. I have never purchased a dog in my life. But my next dog is going to be purchased. It is. Yes, I am tired of having dysfunctional relationships. That's right. I'm going to put some powder on these eyebrows because I have so much moisturizer on that those eyebrows are just going to slip and slide all over the place if I don't. I guess the mixture of these two lippies does pretty good. One is Believe. That makeup's pretty moisturizing. And LA Colors gel lip liner. How do you know if it's a gel? It's basically a crayon. I mean gel. I don't know if you know this or not, but I started doing this a long time ago. I put my loose powder in a jar so I can just put my brush in it, tap it on the sides. I don't know if you like that idea. I do. I really like it. I like it. I like it. And I'm gonna put a little powder blush. Just dab it a little bit. Just for funsies. While I complain about my damn dog. Ah! It's kind of like people say, "Oh, where'd you meet your new man?" And you say things like, "Oh, down at the bar." Where'd you get your new dog? Down at the shelter. Down at the homeless shelter. What do you expect? I should change his name from Frankie to, I don't know. What's the word? Hey, Frankie, we got an assignment. Fucking dog. Freaking dog. I'm just saying. I have a headache. I have a sinus headache just right here. And to tell you the truth, I feel like turning into one of those crazy old ladies that you hear down the street that just lost her mind. I want to go out and just start screaming at this poor dog. Stop making me crazy! But, okay, so here's the truth. Part of it's some guilt because he has not been run because it's been so cold and I've been so busy that I have been too self-centered to bundle up, go out in the cold with my dogs, and run their energy out. So they've been a little more needy. And then when they do their usual stuff, this barking, which they always do, it's nothing new and different. I think I could train them in to behave, but no, they're trying to train me into acceptance, and I don't want to. I am not going to accept my fate. I was thinking, if I took that dog back, it would be the third time or fourth time that dog's been returned to the shelter. I was thinking of a homeless orphan who just can't seem to follow the rules, you know? Could not find foster parents who loved him enough to adopt him and put up with his handicaps and shortcomings. See, he's out there baying right now. You hear that? He's not supposed to be a beagle. And he doesn't usually bay until he gets sort of a weird sighting or smell of something. Because he has his locked-in bark. Bark, 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 bark. Then he has his, I wonder if mom's listening. Bark. Bark. He sees something, right? And then he gets this, what he just did, this bay. When he sees or smells something. See, he's training me in. I'm analyzing his... Why me, Lord? Why me? I don't know. I really like this eyeliner. It's so easy to put on. And it's brown. I know some of you encouraged me to do brown. And I can tell you, I like it. I'm not sure about the eyebrow color. That's easy too. I like that. Easy to put on. Kind of goes. I didn't put enough foundation on to cover up my rosacea. My pink cheeks. That's okay. We'll do that some other time. So I have these. Alrighty then. Now I need some eyeshadow. Oh my god. I don't want to be inside. I want to go. I want to go out to my brother-in-law's property to run the dogs. But now we have Hudson here, and if he gets rolling in deer poop or something, oh man, he's a big dog. I don't want to have to bathe him. So it looks like we're going to be home, which is fine. But now I don't have an excuse to not fold all that laundry, unload the dishwasher. I don't have any excuses. What are y'all gonna do today? Oh. So I thought this was funny. You may not think it's funny, but I think it's kind of funny. So it looks like here, if you're here in America, you know this, and I think there are some channels in other countries who just get the biggest kick out of our stupid politics here. So if you're in another country, know that I hear you, because the whole pissing match between Gavin and Trump. Oh my God, that is so funny. I'm so sorry. That is funny. People are funny. Do you know what I learned? You know, Gavin Newsom got recalled a while back because there were a bunch of people who said he's not good for our state. We need to replace him. And then he got voted right back in. So I was reading. I don't care so much about the video. I like that the video will pique my interest in the comments sections. That's where I go. I want to read the comments. Turns out, believe it or not, Gavin has quite the following. A lot of people think that, and I don't know if they're people who've lost their houses, because I've been asking. But I'm not getting a lot of answers. Because the people are saying, you know, nobody's perfect. Gavin has done a great job, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, do you own a home? Did you lose it in the fire? Have you ever tried to get a building permit to build onto your house? And people are saying it's none of your business. And I'm just like, wow, that's interesting. I guess if I found out that my mayor or my governor knew that my home insurance or apartment rental insurance would not cover my property because there were certain things the governor could do, the mayor could do, so that I could have fire insurance, but they wouldn't do it. And so I'm sitting in a house every day in a zone that even has the possibility. I would feel betrayed. But I'm not as much of a touchy-feely person. I'm more of a what have you done for me lately kind of person. I'm not going to keep hiring you, because that's what voters do. We hire them to do a job. I've never had an employee that I've been disappointed in several times or a big time and kept them. You know what I mean? I used to pray to be more empathetic, to be more aware, more considerate, because I felt so bad about not being more understanding and forgiving. And then I realized I don't have a very good way to gauge when I'm being a doormat being used when I am trying to be forgiving and empathetic and considerate of certain people who have already hurt me. Something inside of me just has to turn off, or I have been abused. So, and financially abused. So, when I think that someone I hired is financially abusing me, they have to go. If people can keep forgiving Gavin for all the things that I see and I think, oh, dude, no, you're fired. Then they're seeing things that the media isn't showing us. Go figure. Surprise, surprise. I just wish somebody would point out some of these things that he's doing that makes others attached to him and want to defend him and be loyal to him and keep hiring him. I'm just wondering, what do they got? Where can I go to find? I haven't found anything. What I have found is that a lot of people find him very attractive. Physically. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so handsome. Oh, who else has hair like that? Or, oh, look how good he looks in jeans. Like, you know what? I get it. But to me, that just seems so immature and over touchy-feely. It's like, just because someone doesn't look bad in jeans, or just because somebody looks extra good in jeans, doesn't mean they're not going to stab you in the back. I hate politics. There was just so much about the greeting they had on the tarmac. And so I was watching some body language experts, and it was like, oh, they're going to be using that video for a while because it looks like Gavin challenged Trump. And I'll tell you what, you needed to follow up, because I did watch this. I watched it live when he was having his that conference with the mayor and some other people there. See, right now, that's what he's doing. He's doing that one bark about every 4 or 5 seconds to test me. Okay, so I'm venting a bunch here because I have a headache. It's a beautiful day, and I have this, like, I just want to sit and rest, and this other one, I want to get out there, so I'm feeling conflicted. And I'm going to tell you this too. Okay, I don't want to cry. That's why I haven't brought it up. I don't want to cry, but I'm going to tell you this too. I am so upset. I'm mad about, it's not just Gavin. That was such a tragedy, though. It's like, come on, dude, accept responsibility. And he's not saying he has any. And then there's these explosions that happened. And it sounds like these guys were on the FBI radar a long time ago. So, what the heck? Those people, there are people who got hurt in New Orleans. And then these airplane crashes. It's not like we haven't had airplane issues in the last couple years, because we have. So I'm just thinking, all these people being hurt or killed, and when people are not being responsible and taking care of the mechanics, the repairs, the safety issues, and someone said, Well, at least it's showing that people can come together and help each other and blah, blah, blah. These hard times bring us closer together. You know what? If I hear that one more time, I'm going to turn mobster. How about coming together and doing your effing job in the first place? We older people, we know people come together and help each other. That's what we do. It's part of being human. It's not odd or unusual. Wake up. People help people. People help people they don't even like when push comes to shove. Most of the time. But people can be talked into because of money or love or manipulation, can be talked into doing dastardly things that affect a lot of people. All those kids. And it's not the first time that there haven't been as many airplane tragedies as you would think. We've had a lot lately, the last couple years. But over the course of the last 20 years, 40 years, there haven't been as many as you would think. I would think. But one of the few major plane crashes with a lot of people on board was an airplane full of figure skaters. Isn't that interesting? How weird is that? I don't know. I can't get that out of my mind either. It's just like, why isn't anybody saying, how weird is that? Because I'm telling you what, that's freaking weird. Conspiracy theory? I'm not saying anything. Don't go ahead. I don't care. I'm just saying it's weird. Dang. I mentioned it to my spouse and he was just like, what are you trying to say? I'm like, nothing. I'm just saying, isn't it weird? The math of it. Like, other than 9/11, these two good-sized airplanes with a good amount of people on them were full of figure skaters that crashed. I just find that weird and interesting. I think I'm so angry and frustrated. And how's this helpful to you? I don't know. You want to, ask April. Ask me for an opinion. Go ahead. Ask me what my opinion is on anything. I'm going to tell you. And here today, what I'm going to tell you, if you're kind of angry or you're kind of confused or you're kind of just a little frustrated with stuff that's going on, you know what? I'm going to tell you, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong for wondering, what the hell is going on? Why are we having these issues? If somebody's not upset about it, then they're not. You're in the normal range if you're upset about it, is all I'm trying to say. It's in the normal range. So, go ahead. But, here's the big deal. Is that at some point, we do have to... Oh, that's the right lid for the right job. I do believe. Nice. Thank you. That's not the right lid for that job. I want this lid. I want to be able to spot it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just think that, and here's something else. I'm going to tell you this. I've had several people say, "Why are you watching the news?" And I'm thinking, how can I be a good counselor, a therapist, life coach, psychotherapist to people who are responding to real world activities? Are we all supposed to put our head in the sand? I put my head in the sand when I have a long weekend or when I'm ready to break. Like during COVID, I stayed off. Nothing was changing each and every single day. Nothing was changing for a long period of time. Very interesting. Very interesting. Nothing changed almost every single day for several years. I just find that interesting. So anyway, but when things start changing up, I need to be in the know. I need to know what's triggering my people. So I'm going to go do some self-care. The house is getting busy, damn it. But I'm going to go get some physical exercise. Sometimes when I get physical exercise, I start feeling better. The stress in my chest. I've been watching my blood pressure because my chest was getting really tight. And I was thinking, maybe I better check my blood pressure. Turns out, oopsie, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump you like that. So it turns out that, yeah. All right.